What's going on, guys? Sunday morning when I'm shooting this video, decided to mix it up a little bit for you guys and show you that, it's not just the Bears. I am into other things with the prices and everything else going on in the hobby and the singles. That I got a bunch of Urlachers and some group break stuff to show you, but like I said, I decided to mix it up a little bit and show you some of the other stuff, show you some of my comic book collection. Some of my recent picks ups, you guys probably don't know. I've never mentioned it, never gotten that personal with you guys. You'll have to buy me a drink or something before we get deep dive into it. But I've always been kind of a science fiction guy. I'm into Planet of the Apes and Mad Max, as you can see. Star Wars, got a pretty good book collection on that. And anyway, let me just get into what I've been picking up recently. A couple Planet of the Apes. These first two are around about 2001, The Human War. There's three of them. The second issue is en route now. I should have that sometime early next week, I'm hoping. And then the Mad Max Fury Road. These were some prequels to the movie. There was 4 issues. The first one, Second one, awesome. Loved it. Some of my favorite artwork too. That cover's just badass. Then they had a 2-part Mad Max one, which was very cool. And then some older Planet of the Apes from the Action Comics. I got the first 6. I believe there's 29 issues in this one. And this, this one up here, this is from the Curtis Comics way back in the day. There's, I believe, about 29 of these also. But the first 6 are film adaptations. But they're based on the book and the original screenplay. For those of you that don't know, the book of the Planet of the Apes, it was an advanced civilization. They were driving cars, flying aircraft, and all that kind of good stuff. But Hollywood couldn't afford that kind of budget, so they changed the advanced civilization, to a primitive one, and went that route. So, but in the comics, in the film adaptations, it's based on the original story with the advanced civilization stuff. Pretty cool. Graphic novel I picked up, Road to Perdition. You guys may have seen that movie with Tom Hanks, but I'm into that shit too. Couple wrestling DVDs I picked up. Just a cool documentary on the WCW. My number 2 and 3 favorite wrestlers of all time. My favorite wrestler is Ricky Steamboat. Piper's my second. Funk's probably my third, so that was a cool pickup. Lots of cool matches on there. And I picked up a little history of the Four Horsemen. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Like I said, with the cards, I've been trying on singles, but I've lost out on almost every auction I've entered in the last 2 weeks. Most of it's been Urlacher autographs and stuff of that nature, but I'm losing by like $1 here, $1 there, and I'm bidding higher than I usually go. I usually don't go too much, like over $40 for a card, but I just been losing. But yeah, I figured I'd share this with you guys just to make a video. I do have some Urlacher, some group break stuff, and some auction wins from the past couple months to show you guys in the next video, but figured I'd share a little something different with you guys today. Planet of the Apes, I'm really into that. I got all the movies. It's a cool story. It's fun. For those of you who don't know, there's basically 4 timelines based off the movies. The first 2 movies are the same. They launch out in 73. They go to 3000. I forget the exact year. And then the second movie picks up exactly where the first movie left off. There is some discrepancy there with the years that, like, your hardcore fans get into, but I don't pay it too much mind. And then Charlton Heston didn't like sequels, didn't want to do a sequel, so he agreed to do like 2 scenes in the second movie, and only if at the end of the second movie, in this last scene, he can set off an atomic bomb to blow up the world and basically kill off the series. But the movie was too successful, so they had to make another one. And what do you do in science fiction when you box yourself into a corner? Time travel. So they travel back to 1973. 2 of the apes do, and they end up having a baby. And that starts the second timeline, the Caesar timeline. And that goes through basically the rest of the original movies, Conquest and Battle for the Planet of the Apes. And then there's the Tim Burton remake in 2001, I believe it was. That's what these are based off of. Dark Horse did do some good comics with some cool artwork, but I wasn't a really big fan of the movie. It's a totally different thing. It's not Earth. It actually is another planet that humans bring the apes to, and it goes from there. And then you got the prequel, the newer ones, Rise, Dawn, and War for the Planet of the Apes, which have their own timeline kind of as a prequel. But yeah, right now I'm really, like I said, I got the number 2 on the way for that one. That'll complete that little run. Dark Horse has got a lot more. And then I'm working on this one from Adventure Comics, which, if I remember correctly, takes place about 500 years before the original story. But there's 29 issues in that I'm slowly working on. And these magazines, which are really cool, like I said, film adaptations. I want to say there's about 30 of those too. I have to get the checklist out and look, but that's that, guys. A little something different for you. Just I'm still getting cards when I can. Haven't had any come in a while. Give you a little shot of the Bears corner there. Little shot of the room. This is where I keep all my electric football stuff, my teams. This is my modeling center where I do all my modeling in El Camino. And my football figures for my football game. And then over here, lighting's gonna suck. We see some books, some shit across the top, just fooling around. Some of my favorite Bears cards out. Little glare there, so I'm gonna move fast. Get on down here to my desk. There's some recent stuff I need to show from group breaks and some Urlacher pickups, and still working on getting some of my graded stuff in. There's where I keep most of my cards, collection, wall of pictures and stuff, and there are games for when the grandkids and all that stuff come over. TV area, Urlacher jersey, starting a wall of artwork that my granddaughters do for me. Guitar in the corner, game there, my electric football board. Boom. Alright, that's it for now, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll be back. Who knows, maybe I'll make another video later on this afternoon showing some of the cards I got, but yeah. Y'all didn't know, Robert is into the science fiction. Now you know. And this, shout out to Victor Negron. WCW was better than WWF.